What? What? Why would they do that? Right, Roblox ruined their reputation by royalties here. Let's do this.
Roblox, something we've talked about before on this channel. Like, twice. But it is a game that went from somewhat humble beginnings to a monolith in gaming, and is the most played game probably in human history. Yes, more played than peak Call of Duty.
Wait, how much you said? August 2025. Oh my word, over 140.
Probably in human history. Yes, more played than peak Call of Duty. Battlefield.
Not to wait up. So you reckon that the rainbow sprinkles are the way forward with the donut?
And probably Flappy Birds and even Spore. If you don't know the last two, I'm going to guess you've only recently departed from your mother's ovaries. And you are in fact the target audience for Roblox. And apart from the fully grown
I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to get Spore Evolution so badly. I would see it at Walmart. I'd beg my mom, can I please get that? Can I please get that? She'd be like, I grew up in a really Christian household, all right? My mom was like uber Christian. Well, she still is. So anything to do with evolution, she's like, she was uncertain about Pokemon. She was uncertain about Pokemon because it had evolution. I'm putting up air quotes. Yeah, she didn't let me play Spore Evolution because of the evolution aspect. I'm not going to go on a rant about that, but I missed out on a peak game simply because I'm not going to say anything. I'm not one to badmouth my mama, at least not on stream anyway.
rigs that have enough graphical power to render a highly detailed 3D model of.
She was a good mama. She was a good mama. Is a good. Well, yeah. We have disagreements, but overall.
Their favorite VTubers' anal folds, but only play Roblox games like Grow a Garden that probably could run on a smart fridge, unlike some other games. Admittedly, I did fall into the Grow a Garden trap for like a week, but apart from those people, the majority of the player base is the iPad-wielding kids.
By the way, never played a Roblox once in my life. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Log on every day to play games like Dress to Impress, and probably have heated aneurysms when their completely off-topic amalgamation of cloth didn't win first place.
Not giving dark content at all! This is giving light content, ma'am! Get off the stage!
Now with a player base like this, Roblox has faced an issue that many other games experience. For example, VR chat, which we've spoken enough about, but one of said problems
VR chat stream soon to come. Alright, I'm getting the hang of my MetaQuest. Maybe this weekend. We'll see. My friends want me to play Roblox. I always say yes, but then I never do. Yeah, I don't know if I would play Roblox, honestly. It just seems too kiddish for me.
is children being exposed to things like sexual themes within the game when they obviously shouldn't. This problem exists through the experiences themselves, like with the popularity of things like bathroom simulators and, God forbid, condos, where people can be seen doing bathroom simulators and
oh my god, what?
God forbid
This is a kid's game? What?
Where people can be seen doing NSFW things with bespoke animations for those instances, and kids were finding these experiences and taking part in them, and this did somewhat get countered by Roblox, but not completely. They still do exist to this day through things like Discord servers, but to be fair to Discord, since my last video on Roblox, they removed the most questionable.
Apparently, where's the moderation on this? I would like to know where's the admins to put a stop to this? Is this not a kids game? Has this evolved into something else?
Feature where you could find these condo servers on the Explore tool in Discord, and they were just straight up there for anyone to find. But unfortunately, the servers still do exist, and you would hope Discord would be taking them down promptly, but they don't. There's also the problem with the appearance and customization of avatars, where some can be altered in a way to appear more sexual. And more recently, since they added UGC, or user-generated content, for things like emotes, and even though that was just added, it's already being used for things like this, and also this. For those of you at home that probably can't make that out because I had to censor it, because blaring it did not help, so I had to put a box on it, that is a huge cock. And obviously all of these issues combined leave kids vulnerable to things like predatory behaviour, and just all around a platform that isn't completely safe for kids. And a lot of these issues have existed for a while now, and people have been critiquing Roblox for years regarding this, to somewhat no prevail. Yes, they occasionally do attempt to remediate these issues, but it was seemingly not enough as the problem persisted and even got to the point where people started to believe Roblox was either protecting predators for monetary gain, or so their platform doesn't look as bad, especially if they never get caught. And yet there is no evidence to prove that Roblox does this intentionally, but Roblox had this reputation, and because nothing seriously was being done about it, people started to think that way, which is where creators like Schlep put their hands into the toxic fog-infested environment of Roblox. Albeit with barely any reward, these videos do get demonetized a lot, but Schlep was more known for actually hunting predators that were using Roblox to find victims, and worked with law enforcement directly, and with people like Gideon, to 1. Put these people behind bars, which they did do multiple times, and 2. Shows the flaws of Roblox, especially things like its instances and experiences, and the related Discord servers all being used by predators to find victims. And he would upload a lot of his investigations to his YouTube channel. Now, before I talk about the shit show that occurred between Roblox, Schlep, and consequently the rest of the internet, predator hunting on YouTube is somewhat of a controversial topic itself, believe it or not. Some people think YouTubers that just make videos on these people aren't helping at all, because especially if it's all online, because that person can just delete all of their social media and continue to do what they do, which is a valid concern. And even in some cases, the predators can defend themselves through things like entrapment and get away with it with no repercussion. Then you have people that report the person and the issue to the police, and the platform that was being used for the interaction.
Hold on. Legal concept where someone is induced or encouraged by law enforcement to commit a crime they wouldn't have otherwise been predisposed to commit. Sounds like a get out of jail free card, honestly. I guess for law enforcement that makes sense. But they're not law enforcement. So it doesn't apply to them, right?
And get away with it with no repercussion.
Just people.
Then you have people that report the person and the issue to the police, and the platform that was being used for the interaction, as most platforms actively work with law enforcement, or are supposed to prevent things like this from happening. But sometimes that isn't even enough. Either nothing is done by the platform, or law enforcement choose not to get involved. And once again, that person can continue to do what they do, so the person investigating this predator uploads what they found to at least educate people and potentially highlight the issues that many of these platforms have, like reports going unheard. Because what else can they do with that information at that point? They've tried everything else. Now, Schlep did something different. As said, in many cases he worked directly with law enforcement to get predators using the Roblox platform arrested and put behind bars, and attempted to contact Roblox directly to no avail. And then after all of this would upload the video showing all of his work. And for many of his cases they were not considered entrapment, because when acting as the decoy who would let them do all the talking and wouldn't directly encourage their behaviour. Schlep did this level of investigating for more than a year, showing the very many issues Roblox has, from poor moderation to an obvious...
Bro's doing God's work.
predator problem. But with all that context now out of the way, we get to the current time where, as of August 9th, Schlepp was given a cease and desist letter from Roblox, which is basically
What?
Roblox saying stop what you're doing or we will involve you in further litigation. And they then banned a lot of his accounts on the platform. This would single-handedly be one of the worst things Roblox could have done in this situation, because shortly after
What? What? Why would they do that? Hold on.
Schlepp made a video regarding the situation, the internet and even the government would get involved to, for better words, bukkake Roblox all at once.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox.
There's a popular phenomenon
Why would they ban them? Maybe they're trying to hide something. Maybe one of their execs are one of the Preds. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised.
called the
Scummy ass
Streisand
corporation.
effect, where basically the more you try and cover up something, the more attention it's going to gather. Now, I'm not saying that Roblox has made it their goal to cover for predators, and has made it their top priority to facilitate this environment on Roblox, because there is no straight evidence of them wanting to do this. But probably from a corporate standpoint, they would not like people speaking about the problems and showing the mountain of flaws said platform has. And instead of working with them to make the platform better, even though they had reached out to you multiple times with all the evidence to justify removing these predators, but instead, I don't know what ancient member of the PR team or newly graduated intern decides that the person actively combating the problem through proper avenues is a threat to your platform in one form or another, and must be removed, which will come off as you silencing one of the biggest critics of your platform. Great work. You've opened yourself to endless speculation and the internet's scrutiny. This is where the Streisand effect comes into play, because if they did have the goal of trying to make the problems of their platform less known, potentially under the guise of protecting people, or maybe making their platform look less terrible, but after doing this to Schlepp, they basically made the coverage of said problem from a pile of dynamite into a f***ing fat man, and caused their own Nagasaki. So basically, for those of you that aren't as intelligent and didn't choose Takumi in their Persona 5 playthrough, they made a problem everyone in the space knew about and sort of acknowledged into a global event. Everyone was now talking about this issue, with banning Schlepp being the catalyst. I'm talking most YouTube.
Well, thank God. Oh, my word. Why am I not surprised? That's the sad part. I'm not surprised about this. About a corporation banning somebody that's exposing predators. Or a politician. Or any elite. It's the elite people. And be the most disgusting. Epstein's Island, anyone?
YouTubers talking about it, the news covering Roblox's issues, government bodies getting involved and pushing for litigation against Roblox, with many public petitions following, their stock at opening plummeting 10%, of which it remains as of recording, which, when the f did Roblox go public on the stock market? Even Chris Hansen, probably the role model for many people in this line of work, getting involved and directly working with Schlepp in their already in progress documentary to prove Roblox isn't safe for kids.
You may have heard that my streaming crime network, True Blue, and I are investigating the exploitation of children on the popular gaming platform Roblox. Well, it's absolutely true, and we're deep into it. I've already interviewed law enforcement investigators and...
I don't think I've seen Chris Hansen in anything else except that show. And you know, like when he saw this, he's like, yes, I get relevance again. But you know what? Glad to have him on board anyway.
victims of this horrible activity. And we have some collaborators, some people who've been working in this space, including Schlepp, who have committed to help us in this endeavor. Will Roblox actually say anything about it? Will it make any changes? We're going to do our best to hold them accountable.
And not to mention all of this occurring just shortly after Roblox was once again trying to push Roblox as a potential dating site for 17+ individuals. Which even though there was already a dog reputation for that move, from this event it got significantly worse. And let's not forget my favourite part, the Instagram reels that came out from this situation. Here are some of my favourites.
She's 13 years old now.
Oh, dang it! Well, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone.
Dating, yeah. I don't know. It's just an excuse to let predators be on the platform, I'm sure. What?
Please, let's have a little respect for public transportation.
Popular Roblox creators like
What was
Creedcraft
that?
chose to support Schlep and even left the Roblox Creator Program.
I've decided that I am going to
Good for
leave
him.
the Roblox Star program. I probably don't need to even make this video explaining why. I think the circumstances are pretty obvious. A situation that's been bubbling for years, an ongoing situation where Roblox just refuses to acknowledge, refuses to listen to the community and address the issues that that are in it.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I didn't know Creedcraft was wearing a wig this entire time to hide his eye injury. I genuinely thought this guy was stuck in the My Chemical Romance phase and just refused to move on. But most of this happened only shortly after Schlep went public with this information what Roblox had done. At this point, people were hounding and protesting that they free Schlep and fix their problems. Now with Roblox quite literally on fire at this point, they would need to respond. And of course, the corporate company that totally understands the public narrative and totally hasn't become completely disconnected from its player base and audience would understand the mistake they had made and promptly correct it, right? No, they of course made it worse. They published an article about their stance on vigilante behavior, cementing their stance they don't appreciate these types of actions. So after being criticised more than ever and threatened with litigation more than ever, they decided to double down in attempts to clarify their own actions. But first, if this is an attempt to stop the blunt forced curb stomping by the public, because they chose to ban Schlep and serve him a cease and desist letter, first of all, by definition, Schlep can't be considered a vigilante. He worked directly with law enforcement to catch these predators, and even went through the appropriate avenues when investigating. Yes, he may be considered a vigilante on the Roblox platform by not directly working with Roblox to get rid of these people, but once again, he tried to do that and Roblox just ignored him and did nothing with the information he was sending them. By definition, with everything he did, Chris Hansen could
I didn't know this game was so weird
as well. And in the same article mentions people
honestly, I didn't either.
Put people in danger, which I don't know what universe they're in, probably the fucking Ben 10 Omniverse, because
I just thought it was a kid's game.
Especially if this is your response after banning Schlep, because Schlep wasn't putting anyone in danger, except for maybe the predators. But yes, to be fair to Roblox, in the past there have been some bad actors, like predator hunters that use those underage as bait and do things incorrectly in their investigations, to the point where predators get let go because of that, or in some cases weren't predators at all.
Oh, the Roblox drama, yeah.
After everyone is criticizing you for banning someone that actually made a difference and did things the correct.
I thought Roblox was just a simple kids game. Starting to look like a Predator's playground. Yeah. And Roblox execs are encouraging it, protecting it. Like, we gotta let these predators have somewhere where they can prey on kids. Oh my word. That's just sad. That's just what has humanity come to? What have we come to?
Way, a lot of people are going to think you are talking about Schlep, and almost all the things you stated are blatantly wrong if applied to Schlep. At one point
Why do you think that's the reason, though? Let's be real. Yeah. I think the execs have predators among them. Or maybe there's politicians that use it. I don't know. And put it past politicians. Or the shadow governments. You believe in that? Which honestly, the shadow government's kind of true. Our shadow government, the American shadow government, is the elites that buy the politicians, and they essentially control America behind, in the shadows, in a way. Explicit materials kept very censored here. I don't know how it is for America. America is just, oh yeah, freedom of speech. You know, they're like, yeah, let's let everybody watch porn. Porn is cool. Although I have heard that they are cracking down a little bit on that. America is a fucked up place. That's all you need to know. It exposes humans. There's a lot of freedom in America. And exposes what freedom allows humans to do. Or it exposed the nastiness of human nature. Because nasty humans are free to do things like this. It's getting harder and harder to defend America nowadays. Getting harder. We used to be a great country, but now I'm not so sure. Max, do you think America is a great country, or are we falling apart? Let's see what he thinks. Let's see what the wise Max thinks.
Politics? Boring. I'm a cat, Cyber. As long as I have my catnip and cyber treats, I'm good.
Should move so you can't say you aren't American. Oh, so you can say you aren't American. Listen, I like America overall. I'm proud to be an American. It's just, it's harder to say that nowadays. There's good stuff about America. It's just, we gotta shapen up. We gotta pull ourselves together. You know? Name one good thing. Barbecue. It's just kind of the culture of it, you know. You know, predators, Roblox predators are not a part of American culture. It's, everybody loves their country's cultures, I'd say. There's a lot of things. 4th of July, cheeseburgers. America has great food, yes. Yes, it may be fatty, but it's good. And honestly, I like the fact that we are allowed to own firearms. I like that. Not a lot of countries can say that. I know some people don't like that, but I think that's pretty nice to be able to own a firearm. I mean, in football, holy crap, I love football. American football, not the European soccer, the real football. Greatest of a sport. All right, our sports are pretty awesome here in America. Everybody has their things that they like about their own countries, you know. Perfectly valid.
It mentions contacting Roblox to report these predators, which for the last time Schlep and many other YouTubers doing related content on the platform tried to do to no avail. Now, if this was their rather indirect response to quell the outrage by banning Schlep, and maybe clarify why they did so, it really didn't work, it got worse. Shortly after, it was perceived that Roblox was actively censoring people that were advocating for Schlep to be free, through instances being removed, and most items representing that message being taken down.
Theme platform, you know
Oh
what I mean?
my word.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh my word.
Uh-oh.
They're trying to censor schlep?
Oh, I'm not banned. Okay.
Oh my word.
Well, they got us, chat.
Ruben Sims
These
made
guys
their
are the
own video on the
worst.
situation, which got taken down for some reason, and then re-uploaded shortly after, adding more fuel to the fire. The chief of safety for Roblox was discovered to have visited some of these not-so-savoury Roblox instances, which people gathered from the badges you get when you join them, which for the chief of safety could be written off as him checking them to see if they are bad, but people criticised the fact that there was a significant gap between him joining them and actually banning them, which could possibly mean Roblox knew about them for quite
I got
some
the
time.
chills.
And I'm gonna be honest, I know everyone hates Roblox right now and is critiquing the out of them, but I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this guy was not actively participating in some of the activities happening in those Roblox games, despite what many may think. But once again, this guy did join them and know about them. They also now suddenly started removing a lot of these instances, especially with things like bathroom simulators. Probably due to the sheer amount of litigation they're facing now. And they also made another response in the form of a video directly from the CEO, security chief, and another person in charge of safety.
Are you sure that guy not a predator? Bro looks like a predator. Look at that.
Chief and another person in charge of safety.
Tonight's the night. And it's going to happen again and again. Has to happen.
And they actually made some good points that surprisingly turned a lot of the hate against them
off my
around.
screen.
If you believe that, I have some glow-in-the-dark camouflage to sell you. First of all, it was pointed out, obviously they are reading from a script. They needed to cover a lot of points, and I don't think they could have remembered a lot of it from the top of their head, but it came across in a way where a lot of people thought it was AI generated. Because but it came across in a way where a lot of
You could be a pervy old man. This PDF, Galaxy actually. No, that's something you can't AI generate. Like AI is talking to bro. They probably chat GPT their scripts.
AI generated because
they were seemingly
very cold and monotone.
Welcome, I'm Dave Bazuki, founder and CEO at Roblox, and you're listening to Tech Talks, where we talk about everything that's happening at Roblox.
Clanker is our word.
Second, they avoided talking about Schlep directly.
Okay, I think they were talking about that guy, maybe.
Which makes
I don't know,
sense.
maybe.
They haven't talked about him directly in any of their other posts, and in my opinion, they may potentially have a future legal case involving Schlep, so they probably would avoid talking about him. Thirdly, they mainly talked about things that would be coming to Roblox, and just rehashed the same things that article said about predator catchers.
To create situations that they would
is so creepy.
They would report to the police, and then only after would they let Roblox know.
That guy is so creepy. Even his voice sounds creepy.
They would report to the police, and then only
Bro, that guy's got to be one of them.
after would they let Roblox know.
They mentioned a game called Meep City, which has been known for predatory and explicit activity for years.
Just made a fresh account, brand new Roblox account. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to join Meep City. And I just want to see how long it takes until I see something inappropriate in the game. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and join on in. This is a fresh account. All right, never played on it before. And yep, there's a penis. So
oh my word.
Experiences on Roblox and just say,
come to my basement.
Take it down, and say, examples could be Meep City, for example. Can you share, like, why should that be up? Should that be down? Like, what's up?
Yeah, I think one thing that's really challenging on this global immersive interactive platform.
You think she could be a predator? Nah, I don't think she. She needs to be the one to stand up for the kids. She seems like a kid's person. There's nothing challenging. It's a big fat no. Yeah.
Is that we have content created by developers and creators and content created by the community, by the users that are in that game. And one thing that we really try to do is be fair to our developers and to not
She's got very... I don't see any irises. Is she a clanker?
Moderate them for the behavior of their users.
So this is a good point the Roblox
Are they all
team made.
clankers?
After all of this, I
Is it
can't
all
believe
just a
those words
simulation?
came out of my mouth.
Got no
Should
soul.
they take down a game at the disadvantage of the creator for the actions of the players potentially outside of the creator's control? However, once again, this game has been known for this behavior for years and seemingly nothing has been done about it. Either they have a zero tolerance policy and remove it in order to protect kids, or they apply stronger moderations and restrictions or surveil to protect.
You'd think that with 491,000 dislikes, I think that means dislikes, right? You might want to check up on something like that, right?
Kids, or they apply stronger moderations and restrictions or surveillance on these instances to weed out the people doing this and the bad actors. But a majority of this was just like the article and didn't really clear anything up. It just helped to further fuel the fire. It even got double community noted, which I've never seen before.
I'm announcing today a lawsuit against Roblox, the #1 gaming site for children and teens. It's also the #1 site for predators.
Roblox is now being heavily criticized more than ever and facing further litigation more than ever.
The only reason I'd ever get Roblox would be for doors. Huh? Not computing with me. Clarify,
It
please.
has a big problem that has been going on for years, that Roblox has not directly dealt with, and this was bound to happen eventually. It just took banning an illegal dispute with a creator to light that fire. But if you
Oh, it's a game mode
as I've
called
mentioned
Doors.
multiple
Okay.
times, predator catching is a controversial subject, especially when done wrong. But Schlepp is one of the people that did things the correct way. He worked with law enforcement, he tried to contact Roblox directly regarding these people with no response, and when conversating with the predators, he didn't lead those fully fueled conversations, he let them do it themselves, so it couldn't be defined as entrapment. Did Schlepp break the TOS of the platform? Yes, at one point he did direct users off the platform onto things like Discord to continue his investigation, but that does not deserve a label from Roblox directly that he is the problem. It does not deserve a cease and desist, and all of his accounts banned by IP address, which they probably didn't do for many of these predators, might I add. Especially when he was continuously showing the flaws of a platform and doing more than the platform itself, mainly powered by a terrible experience he had on Roblox. Roblox is the issue here, and even though they tried to silence someone doing their work for them, they've made their problem even more known and essentially shot themselves in the foot. And despite all of this, some good is coming out from it, except Roblox being held accountable for their terrible platform. Many of the bathroom simulators and experiences like them are being banned and removed, which is where
I'm just really shocked about this.
Was happening.
Yeah.
Even if they are getting
Me too.
banned because the government has eyes on them now, it is still a bit of good that came out of this whole situation. But yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about, and
I'm not. Wow. Okay. That's sad. That is just sad how far we have sunk. Hey, you. Yeah, you. Why don't you sub to my channel already? If you made it this far into the video, you want to sub, right? Yeah. Yeah, of course you want to sub. Also, you want to follow me on Twitch, right? Yeah, click the link in the description. You can follow me on Twitch there. Come on, I know you want to. Come on, yeah, you do, yeah, there you go, yeah, click, yeah, yes. Oh, yeah. Thank you.